special book that I told you about. That was so special to me as a child. It was my favorite. I checked it out constantly at the library. Like, my name was on that little card inside so many times. If you remember those days. And I had a bunch of books packed away from when we moved. And I finally got a bookcase that I've been dreaming of. Been always wanting a bookcase, so I finally got one. Anyway, I found the book that I protected, kept away. And today I'm going to share it with you. I can't tell you how special and magical this book was to me when I was little. It really, I think, helped spark just imagination and magic inside me. Because like I was like, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7, around that time. I'm not really sure, but you're starting to, grasp the aspects of life, per se. So, anyway, without further ado, hopefully some people have heard of this book. And if they haven't, maybe they'll be inspired to get their hands on their own copy to share with a little one in their life or somebody else's life, Okay, here we go. Okay, here it is. This is called The Sweet Touch by Lorna Palin. And I'm going to read this to you just like I'd be reading to a group of children or something, okay? And so here we are, The Sweet Touch. This is made by Humbug Books in Watertown, Wisconsin. Okay, look at that cute picture. Do you see this? We'll explain this as we get into the story. I bought this. I ordered it through a bookstore when I was like 22 or something because I had remembered it. And then my mom went and paid for it. When I went to pick it up, it was already paid for. So she was really sweet. Okay, so this version is, I did it in 94. That's when I did it because that is the reprint of this. So, okay. This is the 4th printing. And it's dedicated for Peggy and Penny. Okay. I'll start reading first. Peggy found a penny. She put the penny into a nearby gum machine. But instead of a gumball, a shiny, genuine plastic gold ring rolled into her hand. You see? There she is. She's getting the gumball. That turned out to be a golden magical ring. Peggy liked the ring well enough, but she was very fond of sweets and would have preferred a cherry gumball. She put the ring on her finger and wandered off, hoping to find another penny. Did I show you that picture? Sorry. When Peggy was tucked into her bed for the night, she remembered the shiny, genuine plastic gold ring. She turned it around on her finger and rubbed it to see if the shiny would come off. The bed trembled, and out of a puff of smelly dust, a strange, tiny creature appeared. So here's her in bed, remembering the ring on her finger. Their little friend. And then this happened. Who is it? Peggy yanked the quilt over her head and huddled with her eyes scrunched shut and her heart pounding. Silly girl, a wee voice whispered in her ear. I won't hurt you. Peggy peeked at him. Who are you? She asked timidly. I'm Oliver, the magnificent magic genie. He looked so funny and sounded so funny that Peggy started to giggle. Oliver was indignant. He said he had come to grant her one magic wish, and he certainly wasn't going to do it if she was going to laugh at him. There she is. There he is, peeking on her because she's so scared. Wouldn't you be? And then she starts to laugh, and he's not happy about that. Peggy stopped giggling and looked at Oliver doubtfully. If you are a really, truly magic genie, why can't I have 3 magic wishes like everyone else? Oliver said, I am only a tiny genie, and I'd rather new at the magic business. I can only manage 1 wish. Well, 1 wish is better than none, but it's a difficult thing to decide. So they sat down to think it over. Peggy thought it would be lovely if she could have a big chunk of creamy chocolate fudge. Oliver said, peppermint sticks might be better. Red spots pop out all over me whenever I eat chocolate. Peggy thought a barrel of gumdrops would be nice. A truckload of candied cherries would even be better. A lollipop tree? Gallons of root beer? 500 ice cream cones, all flavors? 1,000,000 jelly beans? Wait, said Oliver. I know just what to do. I'll give you the magic touch. He explained to Peggy that it was not easy to do, but if he could manage it, everything she touched would turn into something sweet. Peggy agreed that it would be the best way to get everything they wanted with just 1 wish. So, she said, I wish that everything I touch would turn into something sweet. So there they are, thinking of all the things. And then there she is making the wish. And here he goes. He's going to start making that wish come true. So, Oliver stood on his head and rubbed his wings together. He wiggled his toes, licked his fingers, and jumped up down 6 times. He whispered some magic words into his pocket, flew around Peggy's head 73 times, and sat down to say the alphabet backwards. There he goes. It's doing all his magic work. Okay. Suddenly, they were surrounded by the sweet smell of chocolate. I've done it, whooped Oliver. Your feet, look at your feet. The rug under Peggy's feet had turned to soft, gooey chocolate, and it was squishing up between her toes. Peggy happily licked her toes. Touch something else, Oliver begged. You know I can't eat chocolate. And now the color comes into the pages. See? Magic. Peggy plopped around her room, leaving a gooey chocolate trail and touching everything in sight. Her jump rope became licorice whip. The bedposts turned into gingerbread. I wanted this to happen so bad to me when I was little. Do you even see on there? There's a little ice cream with a cherry on top. When I was little, I used to go to this little tiny bakery that had gingerbread with this colorful icing on it. So I think that also tied into the whole. Okay, back to the story. Her new crayons became candy sticks. Marbles turned into jawbreakers and bubblegum balls. And her very best beads became a necklace of jelly beans. Look how much fun they're having. The dog's taking a bite. He's giving her some candy. She's so happy. They nibbled and giggled and ate and ate. It's so cute, isn't it? Peggy jumped on the bed and sank into a very soft marshmallow mattress. Her pillowcase changed into fine spun sugar, which quickly tore and feathers billowed out as cotton candy. He's so cute. My quilt has turned to taffy, Oliver, shrieked Peggy. Help me pull it. Peggy took one corner of the quilt. Oliver took the other, and they pulled and tugged and twisted the tacky stuff until they were so tangled up they could barely move. Uh-oh, even he's got some. Oliver, I have a tummy ache, said Peggy. I think you'd better turn off the wish now. I haven't learned how to do that yet. I only know how to turn a wish on, said Oliver sadly. I'm tired and thirsty, wailed Peggy, syrupy tears rolling down her face. Me too, said Oliver, and I want to go home, but I can't fly with all this taffy on my wings. What are we going to do? Peggy asked him. Well, let me think about it, said Oliver. I'm not so happy anymore with those tummy aches. Look at that mess. Any thought? Any thought? Any thought? Any thought? Any thought? They were both sound asleep when Oliver's mother flitted into the room. She had been looking for Oliver all night. My, what a mess, she muttered softly. What am I going to do with that boy? Not very happy. She pried him loose from the tangle of taffy and scraped marshmallow from his bottom. She propped him up, wiggled him until he sleepily muttered the alphabet frontwards. She dangled him by the gummy seat of his pants and whirled him around Peggy's head 37 times. She emptied the magic words out of his pocket. She jumped up and down with him 6 times. She cleaned off his fingers with the hem of her petticoat and untangled his sticky wings. She turned him over her knees, gave him a love pat on the fanny, a kiss on the nose, and carried him off into the sunrise. Peggy woke up with her quilt all twisted and tangled about her, and feathers stuck in her hair. She looked at the shiny, genuine plastic gold ring on her finger and wondered if the shiny would come off if she rubbed on it. The end. There you have it, my friends. I've wanted to share this with you for so many years now. And here it is. Why, you ask, it took so many years? It's just one of those things you just never got around to, but always wanted to. So I could have done it when it was not packed away, but now is the time. The time is right now. So anyway, I just wanted to show you. I hope you can find this somewhere and read it to somebody small who's impressionable, for their imagination to be striped, inspired. It's really important to do that with children, I believe. It helps create such an imagination, so they're always thinking outside of the box. So, I love this. I always will. It'll always be my precious favorite childhood book that gives me warm fuzzies inside. That was another thing they used to say when I was little. There was a book called Warm Fuzzies and Cold Pricklies, explaining feelings to children. If I can find that book, I'll share it, but it was very important, and it was tactile inside at some parts, and there was like this little, no, it wasn't tactile. That was another book that was kind of similar. But it had like, no, maybe it was. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that it said when you give somebody like a hug or a compliment, you get a warm, fuzzy feeling inside. When you say something not nice, you get cold, prickly feeling, or if someone says that to you. So it was a way to help children know their feelings and what feelings, what were involved. I think it would be a perfect book to bring up in today's world. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling, and I'm just so happy I finally got to share this book with you. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Maybe go eat some candy right now. If you have a sweet tooth, indulge. All right, well, I hope you all have a magical, sweet touch today. And everything that you touch goes your way. All your plans, all the things you get to do work out perfectly just for you. All right, I'm sending you my love and all my hugs. And I will see you soon.